Okay, hopefully things are going well without me over there. But let's resume. Let me go ahead and talk about the course outline. Okay, so you can find the course outline by going into content right over here and clicking on the green tab. It's going to show you course overview and course outline. They're basically the same information, except course overview is a bit more user friendly. So let's go with that. Course outline, it introduces the course first. Obviously, guys, if you didn't know, this is grade 12 university. This is the hopefully most challenging grade English course that you'll take in your high school careers, and in many ways the most important, right? Because again, if you didn't know, grade 12 university is going to be looked at as one of your top six when you send in your university applications, right? So regardless of whether you're applying for like engineering, nursing, whatever, right, social sciences, political science, whatever it is, all of those programs will always look at your grade 12 university. So, in many ways, this is one of the most, if not the most, important courses that you're going to take in your grade 12 university career. And as I've said over and over, it's going to go pretty fast, right? So, the idea of taking a class like this in summer school, I assume, is going to be to knock it out of the park and like do really quite well. So, probably the most important thing to you guys on this particular uh, page is going to be what you see there under the syllabus, right? As you can see, there are going to be 4 quick units in this class, right? We're going to be starting out with writing basics today. Lorraine will be leading you on with that in a moment. But basically, I want you to pay attention to the due dates here. You'll see that you've got a grammar quiz today, right? July 4th, right? That's today, right? So we're going to be starting off hot here, right? You should remember that every summer school day is basically like 3 or 4 days in a normal school year, right? So, that's why things are going to go fast, right? So, that's going to be our first thing going on today. It's going to be a grammar quiz, hopefully pretty easy. You've got 3 shots at it. Lorraine will explain it in detail. Then tomorrow we'll be doing another assignment on grammar and sort of the philosophy of grammar, if you can believe it or not. And then we're also going to be talking about plagiarism tomorrow, right? So there's going to be a good amount of work that you're doing each day of this class, right? So we'll be starting things out with our discussions on grammar, plagiarism, academic honesty. We'll be doing a mini essay, and we'll be talking about doing a literary essay as well. That'll be this Friday, right? But then we'll be getting into the big stuff, right? So, Unit 2 is going to be approaching media literacy, right? We'll be looking at things like TED Talks, and we'll be doing these thing called remixes. I'll explain that next week, right? But basically, you're going to have quite a bit of work to do on each day of this course, right? So the turnover is going to be really fast. So if you just decide, you know what, I'm not going to log in for 2 or 3 days, then what do you know? You've missed like 3 assignments, right? So, that's why, again, attendance really, really important if you want this class to work. So we'll be talking about TED Talks and media literacy starting this Friday and then going on until Monday, right? But we'll also be doing this whole thing with essay writing as well next week, right? Which is going to take us through basically, you're going to be writing, I believe, 4 essay outlines for me, right, next week, right? You'll be doing a narrative essay that's method of proof, persuasive essay, argumentative essay, right? So you'll be writing a bunch of essay outlines for me. I'll give you the topics next week. And then at the end of the week, you're going to pick one of those essays and you're going to actually write it, right? So this whole idea of that is going to be to push your essay writing to the next level, right? So that is what we're going to do with that as well. So, then you got Unit 4, which is going to be entitled Hamlet from Every Angle. So, first of all, let's talk about where to find Hamlet, right? You can find it right now. I actually was complaining to the course and saying, "Hey, where's their copy of Hamlet?" Because I couldn't find it under content. But apparently, guys, if you want to find Hamlet, follow me here. You go down, 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 right, all the way past all this upcoming events here. You see here resources, right? You've got a link to Hamlet there, right? So you've got the Folger test. Apparently they've got the movie version. I don't know if that's the best movie version. I'll check that out later. And they got the animated tale, right? They apparently are. I don't even know what that is. But, the text to reading Hamlet is right there, right? But nevertheless, we're going to be discussing Hamlet from a bunch of different sort of philosophical angles, right? So we're going to be looking at Freud in Hamlet, always fun. We're going to be looking at feminism in Hamlet and also Marx in Hamlet, right? So that's going to be how this whole thing gets broken down, and we will be sort of examining the play from those three angles. So let me just give a note here on these assignments, right? So in summer school, it's meant to be really quick and it's meant to be very, very standardized, right? So what that means is that these assignments I've given you, they're not actually made by me. They are made by the Ministry of Education. Right, so I don't actually have a whole lot of flexibility when it comes to choosing how to evaluate you guys, right? So I will do my best to take you through these assignments, but you should just bear in mind that, the Ministry of Education is the organization that's sort of setting these assignments, right? And so if you're thinking to yourself, oh, why does he want us to learn about Freud? And why does he want us to learn about feminism? And why do I have to learn about narrative essays or something like that? Then you should just bear in mind that it's not me that's telling you to do that. It is the Ministry of Education, and they are the ones saying, hey, they've got to learn this if they want to get this credit through summer school. Anyway, so those are the four sort of culminating units that we're going to have. These assignments all together, all of these, however many it is, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 units, 16 assignments, those are going to make up 70% of your grade, right, over the next 3 weeks. There's also going to be a culminating project, which is going to involve you doing a novel study. So, this novel study is going to involve you writing an essay, and you're also going to be putting together a little website. That will be about the book as well, right? So you're going to have like a reading log in there. You're going to have, you're going to basically design a nice little web page for me. I promise to walk, if you're not like technically minded and you don't know how to make a website, I promise to walk you through how to do that so that you know exactly how this might happen. And we will start to pick our books on July 7th, right, which is on Friday, right? You know what? I might try to move that up to July 6th, right, just because I want to give you guys plenty of time to read. I've just got to make a couple of arrangements about how we're going to select those books. But nevertheless, you'll basically read a book. Each person will probably read their own book, right? There's a list of 50 that, again, I just have to finalize, and then I'll give you that list. Most of the books are available online, but my department head said that if you can't find them online, then you can, buy them. But nevertheless, you will read a book and you'll make a little website about them, and then you'll also write an essay on the subject, right, which will be due on the last day. So that will be the course in a nutshell here. One thing I should mention is all these dates I should mention are subject to change, meaning that, if, let's say, on Thursday I decide, oh, the mini essay, that maybe I should give him an extra day for that, right? I might be willing to do that, but that'll be, based on vibes, right? Based on how I feel the class is going. But yeah, that's the syllabus in a nutshell. So let me take a breath here before I go on. Speaking of vibes, by the way, again, daily schedule is basically the class is broken into two different blocks. Session one of the class is going to be from, like it says, 9 a.m. to 12. Lunch is from 12 p.m. to 12:45, and then session two is from 12:45 to 3:30 p.m. So guys, I know my videos are getting long and I'm talking a lot right now, but believe it or not, I can't actually talk for, whatever it is, 6 solid hours every day. So you can expect there to be short breaks in each session, right? I generally am not going to set an exact time for those short breaks. I mean, you'll definitely have lunch from 12 to 12:45, right? That's 100%, right? But if I'm talking and I decide, all right, let's take a quick break at 10:15, right? Then we'll take a quick break, right? Or if I decide, oh, I want to take a break at 10:20 today, then we'll take a break then as well, right? So I'm gonna do that based on flow and vibe, and whether I need to use the washroom or whatnot, right? So don't expect me to make you sit down for the 3 hours straight every day, right? We will have breaks in between, and I will do my best to be humane. This other stuff, assessment, knowledge and understanding, thinking, inquiry, communication, application, right? All of your assignments are graded based on those 4 categories. You'll always have a rubric, right? So, you will be able to understand exactly why I'm giving you the grade that I'm giving you. It's not just going to be me, pulling a number out of a hat. We've already talked in the other video about learning skills, so let's not worry too much about that right now. Achievement chart, again, this is your rubric, right? So, it sort of tells you, like, in terms of knowledge of content, do you have thorough knowledge of content or limited knowledge of content? If you've been in, school as long as you guys have, grade 12 university, then I assume you're familiar with the way rubrics work, right? With the words limited, some, considerable, and thorough being sort of the key ones, whether you get a D, a C, a B, or an A, right? But of course, if you have specific questions about rubrics or about your grades, you can, of course, ask me those. So, then down here, it says required software equipment textbooks. So there are no textbooks, right? Because, well, it's an online class. It says here minimum students should have access to Adobe Acrobat Reader, Google Documents or Microsoft Word, Geometers Sketchpad, that's for the website stuff, PowerPoint Reader, Macromedia Flash Player, which is incredibly obsolete. I'm surprised that's on the list. And OSA Pack software as required, which probably won't be required very much. Now, here's what I will say about this class, right? My hope is that the people who are listening to me right now and who are in my class are accessing it through a PC or a Mac and not their cell phone, right? So there's nothing that drives me more crazy than trying to help a student access the class through a cell phone, right? So, guys, let me just say this now. If your plan is to do all your work on your cell phone, then I hope you know how to figure that stuff out on your own, right? Because, I am not Mr. Cell Phone Tech Support. Best I can do is send you to Brightspace, but I highly recommend, right? Get on a laptop, get on a PC, get on something that isn't just your cell phone, right? Because, it drives me nuts when students say, so teacher, it doesn't work on my, Galaxy S5. Why, what am I supposed to do? Right? So again, please, get on a PC if it is all possible. If you're having trouble with accessibility, maybe you can send me an email and we can talk about whether or not we can fix that some other way. Anyway, going down here, we've got policies, assignment submission. Yeah, you got to sign in things on time. But more importantly, we've got this note on plagiarism of cheating. So the plagiarism part, plagiarism of print or internet material on assessment evaluation tests is legal and therefore forbidden. Right? Cheating on tests and examinations or assuming assessment tasks copied from another student is also forbidden. So that stuff is basic. I'm sure you've all heard that stuff before if you're in grade 12 university now. If you copy something off of your Google or your friends or something like that, then, that's considered cheating and you're going to get caught. Right? So that part is pretty basic. And you should know that the Brightspace website here has built-in turnitin.com functionality. So basically, if you copy something off a website or you buy an essay off a website or something like that, it will set off all sorts of alarm bells and it will not work out for you. But there's the other thing that we got to talk about, which is the new thing. Let's see here. Okay, so as I'm sure many of you, if not all of you, are aware, this is ChatGPT, which is, of course, the bane of all teachers everywhere nowadays, the new revolution in how to write stuff, isn't it? So, let's see. ChatGPT, please explain to my students why they should not uh, use you to do their English assignments for ENG4U. Let's see what it says. Okay, come on, ChatGPT, hurry up. Certainly, as an AI language model, I can help provide and assist with various tasks, blah, 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 blah. So, it tells you that you're supposed to develop your language skills. It tells you that there's plagiarism concerns. Using an AI to complete assignments can lead to potential plagiarism issues. Teachers expect students to submit original work that reflects their understanding and interpretation of the material. Copying or heavily relying on an AI without proper citation can lead to academic misconduct, which can have a serious consequence on a student's academic standing. It certainly can, Mr. ChatGPT. It says here also, missed learning opportunities. The purposes of ENG4U is not solely to complete assignments, but to develop important skills and explore literature, language, and communication. Engaging with text, discussing ideas with classmates, receiving feedback from teacher are all valuable learning experiences that help students grow intellectually and emotionally. By relying on an AI, students may miss out on these opportunities for growth and personal development, etc., etc. Okay, so here's the thing, guys, right? You might have teachers out there, I won't name any names, who don't understand what ChatGPT is, don't understand its implications. Maybe they are, let us say, a bit older than I am and aren't familiar with technology of any kind. Maybe they don't know how to turn on their monitor without asking a student for help, right? I know there are teachers out there who are like that, right? And chances are maybe you've even handed in a ChatGPT assignment already. It's come back to you with an A. Now, the thing to know is that I am not one of those teachers, right? I have used ChatGPT a lot. I know exactly what it's capable of, and most importantly, I know what it sounds like, right? So if you try to throw one of my assignments into ChatGPT and pass it off as your own work, right? I sort of have the nose for it, right? And I don't want to have to go through the whole rigmarole of trying to dispute things with you guys, or trying to explain to your parents what you have done. So I'm just gonna say it now. Don't do it. Right? This is ENG4U. It's an important class, and you don't want to be slammed with a zero by using a shortcut that you do not need to use. All right, so that's my message here. Right, if you use a ChatGPT or any other of the large language models to and pass it off as your own work, you will receive a grade of zero because, as you know, you are not an AI language model. If you are caught doing any of this stuff, your parents and guardians will be notified, and the incident will be recorded. I'll be taking it to the principal and all of that stuff. It says here the use of computerized translation software is forbidden for foreign languages, right? So if you are an ESL student, I hope you are not at the point where, you write the essay in, Somali, and then you just throw it into Google Translate and then press translate and hope for the best, right? Because let me tell you, those are the worst essays I read, right? Those ones that go through Google Translate. So don't do that, please. Anyway, so yeah, that is the policies here. It is an online course, right? And like it says there, an online course is a privilege. So again, if you want to mess around on the internet, right, there are other places to do that other than your online course, right? So please, govern yourself accordingly. There's a note to parents here in case there's a parent listening in the background right now that, first of all, welcome. If you want to talk to me, parent, then again, what you can do is you can use this Meet the Teacher link, right? So the way you access that is by going to the course overview and clicking on Meet the Teacher, and that is where you can, arrange a meeting with me. So if there's a parent listening in the background, that's how you should go about doing that. But yeah, the whole thing here, guys, is that we are trying to we'll get through this next couple of weeks together. I will again apologize that I'm not here today, but so long as we all are on the same page and we all work through these assessments together, then we should be doing just fine, right? What you're gonna find about me as a teacher is that I'm here to. I'm not here to, murder anyone, right? I'm here to hopefully see you guys get your credit and get to where you need to go in your promising academic careers, right? So that is what needs to be done. So, last point before I finish this recording stuff. If you need to contact me, there is a messenger thing on Brightspace that is available. Um, I generally don't like to use that. If you need to contact me, then my email is faisal.ahmed@tdsb.on.ca, just like it says on the course outline. I will try to answer your emails within 24 hours, but bear in mind that I am human and that I do have other things going on in my life. So if you have to wait until the next day, especially if it's a weekend, then please chill. Nevertheless, that is my email. It's much easier to contact me through that than it is through the Brightspace Messenger. So please bear that in mind. But okay, I've been flapping my gums for a little while now, so let's just get down to business here. So first of all, I will be trying to get to know people once I'm actually there, which will hopefully be sooner rather than later. But nevertheless, here's one thing I would like you guys to do. So first of all, under the discussions tab here, you see that there is a bunch of little forums there that you can take a look at. I don't expect these forums, if you just want to chat about stuff, right, you can go to elsewhere, right? But I've left this place open for a little bit of friendly banter, right? And I would appreciate it if people went to the friendly banter right now, and if you could start a new thread by clicking here and just introduce yourself, right? You can tell us a little bit about yourself, what makes you take, what's your normal school, right? When you go to school normally, what's your school? What do you like to do for fun? And why are you taking summer school anyway? Right? So you can use this little friendly banter forum to have those kinds of talks. And if you want to do things like organize maybe a WhatsApp study group, then go ahead, right? You want to plug your Instagram? I mean, hopefully it's an appropriate Instagram, like a nice, wholesome Instagram, not a weird Instagram. But if you want to plug something like that, you go ahead, right? It doesn't bother me, right? So if that makes you happy, then I will be pleased to see that, right? So let's take a couple of minutes for you to do that. And then finally, let's get down to business. So once this is done, Miss Lorraine will go ahead and start telling you about the grammar stuff that we need to get done today. So I think with this, that'll be it for me for today. Again, I apologize that I'm not there in person. I really hate missing the first day because, I know this is the day that I need to really get to know students and get to know what's going on, and you guys probably want to get to know me a bit better as well. I promise I'll be back soon, and I promise I will be a proper teacher soon. But for now, please, let's turn it over to Lorraine, who will tell you all about grammar and where things will go from here. So I will hopefully see you tomorrow, guys, and I will talk to you all soon.